Going the distance to experience the success you're wanting to see in your life. Sometimes that's all it takes, you being willing to go the distance, to go that extra mile, even when you're uncertain of the outcome. I'm Chaun Pinkston, and welcome to Faith, Family, and Entertainment. Here is Deborah Hightower singing her newest single, My Everything. Chaun Pinkston, host and executive producer of Faith, Family, and Entertainment. And if you are pursuing your passion, as I am, and I hope you are, you know the importance of having people around who support you. Well, with that said, I have an invitation for you. I invite you to partner with us by airing a commercial for your business or service during our show. If you don't have a commercial, that's no problem. We can shoot, edit, and air a commercial for you, one that's professional and unique to the service you provide. It's just that easy for you to inspire others as you live inspired. So give us a call or shoot us an email. And remember, inspiration leads to creation, and you have everything you need to create your world. Look to hear from you soon. Welcome back. I have the pleasure of speaking with Deborah Hightower. Welcome to Faith, Family, and Entertainment, Deborah.
Thank you so much for having me today.
You are welcome. That was a beautiful song.
Thank you.
My Everything.
Yes.
Did you write that yourself?
I did.
Now, how did he become your everything? I know how he became my everything, but tell us how he became your everything.
You know, I was a small child and was saved and baptized at a very early age. With that childlike faith, you know, it just becomes your everything.
Yes.
And the teenage years wasn't really my everything.
Okay.
You know how that goes
Really?
sometimes. You sort of veer off that path that
Yeah.
you know is the right one, but you veer off anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, a few years, turbulent teenage years,
Okay.
and then, you know, a big smack in the head. Hello, Deborah. You know, I'm still here. What are you
Wow.
doing?
Yeah.
And my
yeah.
answer is, you know, was at the time, I have no idea.
Okay.
So let me just rethink what I'm doing and get back to what you know.
Yeah,
You just don't
absolutely.
always do.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
So I came back and
Is that when you started
mended
singing?
my ways. You know, I actually have been singing my entire life. Sang my first solo, Jesus Loves Me, at 3 years
Aw.
old. Yes. I did the Miles Davis thing. I sang with my back to the congregation because I was scared to turn around. So after I got through the first verse, you know, the stage
Yes.
fright sort of went away. So
Yeah.
the rest is history.
That is so wonderful. That is so wonderful. Well, we have some things in common. I spent the last 10 years of my life in corporate America.
Yes.
Until my husband employed me. I became a full-time home manager without pay. I've got to talk to him about that.
I was going to say, my financial background, I'll help you with that.
Yeah, you can help me with that with your financial background. But that's what I want to start off there a little bit because you have a strong corporate background.
I do.
And for those of us who who are just coming out of corporate America or still in corporate America, and being Christian, you know, the one thing that I found that kind of challenging my work environment, just the different types of relationships that can form in corporate America. How does someone balance that their spiritual walk, I guess, with that corporate walk, if you will?
Yes, and in corporate America, in my field, financial planning, there are still, in 2013, there's still less than 10% female financial executives.
Oh, wow.
That's insanity.
Wow.
When I first started in the business, a long time ago, less than 5%. So we really haven't made great strides because it is still considered a man's world.
Okay.
So that adds, you know, put girl factor in
Sure.
with Christian factor
Sure.
and then the corporate America thing.
Sure.
And it is sometimes a fine line. But I have always found that it's not necessary that I carry my Bible in my purse and
right
quote
now.
scriptures all
All
day
right.
long,
Okay.
you know, because people will
Okay.
think you're crazy
Sure.
if you do that.
Sure.
But if you project that in your life on a daily basis, the countenance on your face,
Sure.
you know, and I don't know about you, but I have met some very unhappy Christians. Come on now.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Absolutely.
How can you be filled with God and happiness and the joy and
Yeah.
peace and all of the fruit of the Spirit,
Sure.
you know, all of those things, and have the countenance of dislike and
Yeah.
all of that on your
Yeah.
face?
Yeah.
So I think it is sometimes a fine line. But I think we have to stand our ground and we have to stand in what we know that is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And our principles, we can't ever veer away
Sure.
from our principles.
Sure.
So in my corporate life, I would like for others to see God in me without me even having to mention the name.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And so you can really help us also because in the field of entertainment,
Yes.
there's so much opportunity to compromise, if you
Yes.
will,
Yes.
for the sake of success,
Yes.
which can be the same as well in any job.
That's right.
In any field.
That's right.
Those opportunities to walk less than you are. Can be there. So even for entertainers that I have the opportunity to speak with, that's the number one subject, you know, or question. You know, how do you not compromise? We live in entertainment is a very worldly medium.
It
So
is.
how do I not compromise if I don't want
say 1,000 curse words, you know, in this audition, you know, how do I do it? Or they think, well, I have to if I want this part. So help us in that. You know what? I'm in that field. You know?
Yes, and you know, I think we just have to stay true to our own conscience, because I do believe that we are guided. You know, our feet have to do the walking. God makes the way, but our feet actually have to do the walking. And I think as long as we stay true to what our belief is, you know, and I know that's so much easier said than done. Everything is so much easier said than done. But I really believe, you know, we just can't compromise. We can't compromise. So even I think there's a way to do it that you're not compromising what your heart tells you is the right thing to do.
So even when we think of the theme of this show, going the distance, and wanting someone else to be inspired to go beyond that pressure point, if you will, because sometimes that's where we stop, at that point of extreme pressure. And pressure could even be wanting something so badly that you think you have to compromise in order to get it.
But aren't those pressure points, aren't those the times when you learn the most? It's molded. You're molded. You know, the potter you know, is just making you as you go. And isn't that like our faith, though, as well? Faith is just fantastic when things are going great.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes, I have all this faith, girl, let me tell you about my faith.
God is so good.
God is so good. But then when that pressure starts being applied and things are not going as well as you thought, or on the path that you thought, and things are just sort of falling apart at your feet, that's when faith will mold us and make us come back to the center of where we need to be, which is God. Because don't we all go off on these tears, as I call them?
Of course.
And sometimes you have to pump the brakes, and sometimes you have to slam them on, and sometimes you have to put that car in reverse, you know, and go zooming backwards to rectify what you know, the mistake that you've made. But God is always there to forgive us and say, come on back, girl. Just come on back, you know, just come on back.
And it's so awesome having you here on this show with this theme of going the distance. And just helping us to be reminded, again, when we do come to those pressure points, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity, to prove to yourself that you can walk this life of faith. And that God truly is with you and truly will be with you. But it's kind of like, just like we saw in the skit, he didn't even want to walk to the other side of the room. And look what he lost out on.
And going the distance. And sometimes you're tired and you say, oh God, I just don't want to do this. I just want to go home. I don't want to go the distance. I want it to be easier. Well, it's not going to happen if we're sitting on the sofa eating bonbons.
Oh my goodness.
It's not going to happen. We have to make our feet do it. And the book, The Secret to Winning Big.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
The Secret
big,
to Winning
B-I-G.
Big.
That's right. We serve a big God. He wants us to go the distance.
Absolutely.
He wants us to go the distance.
Absolutely.
We do not serve a little God. And I always laugh and say, less is not more. Less is less. More is more.
More is more.
More is more. Big is big.
Awesome. So what actually motivated you writing the book?
Just that.
Oh,
we
wow.
serve such a big God. I actually co-wrote that book with other business professionals. And this is back to the corporate world. It doesn't quote scriptures.
Right.
It does not mention God per se. But for Christians, they'll see God all over it. For non-Christians, it will be a book of uplifting and encouragement, all based on biblical foundations. So that's back to you don't have to carry a Bible and hit people in the head with it, because you can say it without saying it and get your message across. And that's what that is. We serve a very big God. We win when we serve a very big God. There are no losers. regardless of where your path takes you.
Sure.
You know, and the line to success is not straight.
Yeah.
There's some potholes and gullies and
absolutely.
some oh no's, I didn't think it was going to go that way moments. But get back on the path.
Absolutely.
And keep on going.
And keep on going.
Keep on going.
Well, how has your book and the message in it been received in corporate America?
It is a bestseller.
Okay.
It hit the bestseller list right when it came out. And I think people are looking for ways to win.
Yeah.
And I am all about fulfillment because, you know, a lot of people say to me, what in the world is financial planning, which is my corporate America deal, and music? How does all of that go together? Yeah. We really have more than one gift that's deep in our heart
that's so good.
and our passion. So why not engage them all?
That's right.
We are made in His image, and He is not small. He is very big.
That is awesome.
So I want to encourage others to embrace that. Yeah. If you have more than one thing that you can do, and all of us do.
All of us do.
All of us do. But how many times do we let that passion that we have, and mine is music, and had been my whole life, but the time just wasn't right to do anything with it because I was in corporate America. I was building my career, but I never let it go.
Stop right there.
Oh, yes.
Yes, because that is something.
Yes.
When people are filled with a desire.
Right.
And I'm all about helping people pursue those desires.
Yes.
And you are too.
Yes.
So I have a passion, Deborah. I have a desire so strong. I know that God has called me to do this, but it's not happening. Nothing's happening. No door is opening. What do we say to that person?
Habakkuk 2:2. Have a vision, write it down, make it plain.
Yes.
Pray over it, get your steps together.
Yes.
And actually, a supplement to the book, The Secret to Winning Big, is Expand Your Life Guide. That is available on my website.
Okay.
And what that is basically is, okay, take your passion, let's figure out how to get it from point A, which is in your mind, your heart.
Right.
How do you get it from there moving forward?
Love it.
And it is, how do you eat an elephant?
Key.
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
Take one little step
That's
every
so key.
day. Because if it's in there, it's not going to leave.
Yeah.
It's not going to
One
leave.
step every day.
Right.
And to have faith that if it's in there, it's not going to leave. And if it's in there, that it is of God.
Right.
Because that's also where people can find themselves trapped from moving forward.
Right.
Is this God? Or is it me?
Is it
God, do you want me to do this?
Right.
Or not. Maybe because it's not happening. Maybe God doesn't want me to do it.
Right.
But that's not necessarily the case.
No, that's
you
not
have to believe by
right.
faith.
You do. And you have to stay diligent about what you're doing. One of my favorite verses is in Ecclesiastes, and it talks about the season.
Sure.
You know, that things will blossom and they'll bloom and they'll produce fruit and a harvest in season. But there's also another one in Ecclesiastes that I love. And basically what it says, we can watch the clouds go by all day long. But if you don't do something, you're going to miss the opportunity.
Wow.
So for me, what has happened for me is that when you start doing, the lepers were not healed until they started walking.
Until they started
The Red
walking.
Sea was not parted until they put that foot in there.
That's so right.
So until we do that,
yes.
it's no different now than it was then.
Yeah.
We have to do something. We are the action. We are the vehicle that produces the result of our passion. So until we do, we can talk about it, we can dream about it, and we can say, oh, I would love to do that.
Cry and beg and plead.
But until we actually have a plan together to move forward, we can look at those clouds all day long.
Wow.
And we can measure the dirt, and we can say, oh, well, it's rained too much, or it hasn't rained enough, or the sun's too hot. But if we don't ever plant that seed, nothing is going to ever happen.
Nothing's going to ever happen. Wow.
Yes.
Well, I believe we're stirring some people up. We're putting
we're
them back on
That's
track,
right.
letting them know that this is of God, that you can do this.
Yes.
Go the distance.
Go the distance.
And
that's
Deborah,
right.
I want you to finish us off with, I believe that everyone has a testimony. Everyone has a story.
Yes.
That encourages others. What would you say yours is at this moment in time?
Oh, at this moment. I just can't get enough done in the 24 hours that there is in a day because I just want so much more. are. And one of the things that people used to say to me, even my parents, and it used to hurt my feelings so bad when I was a little girl, Deborah, you are never satisfied. You are never satisfied. And it used to hurt my feelings because I would say, there's so much to do. Why would I be satisfied? Because I'm thinking big. I'm thinking going beyond. I'm thinking doing it with all you got and then some. And that sort of has helped me along the way. So when people ask me now, Deborah, good grief, you're doing corporate America, you're speaking, you're singing, you're writing a book, you're doing a blog, you're writing articles. How is all of it? Are you satisfied? No. Is the answer.
And I understand.
Because I just think that we have so much in our hearts that need to get out to help other people. Because I know that once we get that ball rolling, things just sort of start being born. And that's what happened for me. You go over here expecting this, but then you meet someone who wants you to do that. And then from that goes to something else, to goes to something else. And then the next thing you know, you look back and say, how did that happen? Because I was over here thinking this and now I'm over there. How did all of this happen? And it is because our footsteps are ordered. But we have feet and we got to get it moving. We've got to do it. We can't run sitting in the bleachers. We can't write a book if we never sit down to write a line. And if we are writing a song, if we're writing a book, if we're writing our personal journal, one line, one word is the beginning. So I want to tell everybody out there that is looking for that thing to get them on fire, search your heart, pray over it. Habakkuk 2:2. Write it down and make it plain. You got to know where you're going. GPS doesn't know where you're going until you tell it, you know? So you have to do all of those things in order to have any sort of fulfillment. Because I am not a sideline sitting girl, can you tell?
Oh, right now. I love it.
Can you tell? Can you tell? I am all about, you know, going the distance and pushing forward. So I just encourage everyone to be that way. Grab that fire because it's there. We just got to fan it.
All right. All right. Well, there you have it. I don't know about you, but I am inspired. You know, Deborah reminded me that we serve a big God. You have a big Father in heaven who loves you greatly. So go the distance. That desire, that dream you have, it is of God. I'm telling you. Let go of fear. Take one step at a time, and you will see that you will win big. One step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. If you're desiring to write a book, as Deborah has, one word, one sentence leads to a page. You can do it. We've been inspired today by Deborah Hightower. Again, her latest book, The Secret to Winning Big in Life, is available now. Her information is available on our website and on the screen. And also her latest CD, Deborah Hightower, Love, Period. Love it. Thank you so much, Deborah, for inspiring us today to go the distance. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back with Leslie Hudson.